Hello all, and welcome to tonight's beer review, which I am dubbing the back to work beer review because it seems like the restaurant, the construction time was even shorter than they said it would miraculously, so I'm back to work and really tired. And that means I have money to go and review beers again. So what am I going to be reviewing tonight? Well, tonight we are reviewing Lagunitas Lucky 13, a Mondo large red ale. I knew I said I was not going to be reviewing high-octane beers anymore, but, this just, I saw this on the shelf at Tomorrow's, and it just called out to me, my friends. And so I went and got it, and I'm well and truly pleased. Back on the saddle again. So let's read the label, shall we? Oh, so it's limited release, but this has been released, I believe, like every spring the past 3 or so years. We brewed this deeply hued ale in celebration of our first profitable business year in 2006. Beer is still a Bronze Age human endeavor, and we feel honored to have the chance to leave our footprints on its winding path into history while leaving our ideas of adventure on your buds. Cheers! So, this is 8.8 ABV. Like all Lagunitas beers, I seem to really enjoy giving out some really well-hopped beers. High ABV beers. And sixer for this, under $10, you really can't beat Lagunitas' quality and, alcohol percentage per price in Hawaii. So, let's go and pour this out, shall we? Oopsie, that was a little bit too much there. Oh well, big head. It's a lovely golden red color. Not as deep red as I've seen some regular red ales, but this is sort of a hybrid here. With a big, fluffy, I'd say fluffy, sort of light beige, almost yellow head. Let's go and smell it. You smell the malts there, very sweet malts. Pine, that trademark Lagunitas dankness. Hints of tropical fruits, but you still smell a lot of those caramel malts. So, it's pretty heavily hopped, but it's also heavily malted too. Very nice smelling. A bit chewy, somewhat thick on the palate. Nice bready caramel malts throughout, from start to finish, kind of in the entire, front, middle, and into the finish. It's almost very sweet in the middle there, but eventually recedes and, leaves some sort of hoppy bitterness on the palate. Hops have almost a citrus-like quality to them. This beer is so well malted that instead of having that sort of grapefruit, a dry quality, it's almost orangey. Like a nice juicy mandarin or maybe even a blood orange. as opposed to sort of a grapefruit quality to the hops in the finish. Interestingly enough, you know, there's enough residual sugar and enough hops in there that you don't really taste the booziness, which is a bit of a problem I've had with some previous Lagunitas beers that are very highly amped up like this. The alcohol department, you don't really taste the alcohol here, which is a good thing. I'm really just enjoying the interplay of, you know, these bready, almost sweet bready caramel malts and, you know, bittering hops. As it warms up, you know, both the bitterness and the sweetness sort of increase there. You sort of lose a little bit of the more subtle notes in the taste, but it still remains balanced. You know, that sweetness balances out the bitterness, bitterness balances out the sweetness, and, you know, we still get a very much a red ale sort of feel from this. It's kind of pushing the envelope a little bit because of the hoppiness, but I would say this is, I wouldn't put this into the category of India Red Ale because of the fact that the malts are much more upfront. They're upfront as opposed to the hops. The hops are there and are strong, but the malt is even more so. So it remains pretty much, I would say, a red ale pushed to, you know, the extreme in sugars, hopping, and alcohol, but not really flipping that profile a little bit and turning it into an India Red Ale. Just that interplay between that frontal sweetness and, you know, those clearing, bittering hops in the finish. You know, the hops that remain there. It's a really nice contrast, I have to say. It just hits it just right, and it reminds me of why I love beer so much, is just because of that complexity there. Those transitions between different flavors and notes. Yeah. So it warms up, you know, you can kind of suss out other flavors there. It's just nicely complex. Not mind-bogglingly so. The main sort of taste notes there kind of remain in the main, but you can kind of suss out different things there underneath that sort of caramel, you know, stone fruits, and different sort of hop flavors as well. It's just a good beer. So, what can I say? Lagunitas Lucky 13. Go out and give it a try while it's still on the shelves. That's your beer review for tonight, folks. Cheers.